this URL like login.salesforce.com. Okay, so you can see we have 25 more days left in the trial. Okay, so let's go to setup. And now we'll go to sandboxes. Search for sandboxes. So here you can see this dev sandbox is ready to use. Okay, the status is completed. So you can see this is the name of the sandbox, and it has been created on 8th October. Okay, so if you want to log in to this sandbox, you can log in from here. So for logging in, you just have to use the same password, right? I think I have forgot the password. Uh, okay. Okay, so now I'm logging out of this sandbox. So first, you need to know one thing. When you are entering into sandbox, okay, suppose then you just have to use the URL like login.salesforce.com, right? Okay, so this is the URL for production. Okay, so this is the URL for production, and when your sandbox is ready, so if you want to log into your sandbox, this URL test.salesforce.com. This URL test.salesforce.com. This is the URL to log in into sandboxes. Okay, and here let me take the name. Okay, this is not the one. So along with that, along with the production environment ID username, you just have to add a suffix called the name of your sandbox, right? Dot the name of your sandbox. So this is the ID, and the password you must have remember the same password. Now login. Okay, so for convenience I'm just saving this. So here you have logged into sandbox. This is the name of your sandbox, and here is an option to log out. Okay, so when we have logged into our sandbox, so I'm going to the developer edition. Okay, so we'll see what we can do with this. Okay, so now first I'm going to do some development activity in this sandbox. Okay, so in this sandbox I'm going to do some development activity, and then I'll uh, just link this sandbox with the developer edition. Okay, then I'll link this to my developer edition, and then I'll see whether whatever the changes I have made has been is showing in that or not. Okay, so that is known as development and uh, deployment. Okay, so whatever development we'll do in this should should be deployed. Okay, so whatever development we'll do in this sandbox, and that when we deploy it, then uh, it should be clearly visible in our production. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. So suppose what do we need to do? I think we'll create a custom object. Okay, and we'll create a email template. Create a custom object. Create an email template. And if possible we'll also create one uh, profile. Okay, so I'm going to create all these things. Okay, login URL, and login URL for sandbox. was that test. Test.salesforce.com, and for production, login.salesforce.com. So these are the two different URLs in which you have to log in. Okay, so after logging in, I am going to create an object, a custom object. Okay, so that I'll do in Sandbox, and then I'll do deployment activity. Okay, so we'll see all these things in today's session. So this is the Sandbox. Right. Now I'm going to create an object. Okay, so we'll have to go to setup. Okay, go to object manager here. Now I'm going to create an object. Okay, first let me know about the object which is not in this one. Okay, so first we need to decide about the object. uh, okay, so we don't have a candidate object. Now I'm going to create a candidate object here. So in the Sandbox I have created an object. Okay, so you can see in this Sandbox I have created a custom object. Okay, so according to our plan, what we are going to create next, which is an email template. Okay, so you must uh, have remembered about creating email templates. So let me go to home. In the quick find, we'll search for classic email templates. So first I need to create. So yes, I'll use the same this one. Okay, and in this I am going to create a new template, and which is a text template. Just click next. I'll make it available for use. And Sandbox text test template. So test template for sandbox. That's it. Here email body. I'll use uh, this one. So now I'm going to save this. So we'll not test this, right? So I have created one email template. Okay. Now in the production, I'll check one thing. In the company information, I'll check one thing, which is the number of licenses, number of Salesforce license, which is total license 5. I have used one. We have 4 remaining licenses. Okay. So we can create one thing. Yes. Now I'll create a profile. So which profile we need to create? So here, just remember one thing. When you are going to create a profile, okay. So I have used 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 Salesforce licenses. I have still 2 more licenses. Okay. So always remember one thing. You just need to create anything. Like when you are creating a profile, you just have to copy the system administrator profile. Okay. Then only it will work. So I'm cloning it. Okay, so maximum of 3 licenses. So in this case, I can't use system administrator profile. So as in sandbox, I have given 3 licenses and I have used 3 Salesforce licenses. Okay, so I need to deactivate any of the license. Okay, so here I am going to deactivate this one, which is a read only. This is also a custom profile. Okay, so we don't have any option to make it mute. Okay, users. Okay, so we can't create a profile. It is not allowing us to do. So let us establish a connection between the production and sandbox. Okay, by taking these two changes only. Okay, so if available, you can create a profile also. Okay, so I was thinking to create a profile, but it is not allowing us. So we can do with these many, means these two changes. Okay, so we just need to uh, look how we can do this. Okay, so just look at the whatever, look at the process. Okay, so we have logged into sandbox as well as we have logged into production. This is the production. Okay, and this is the sandbox. So this is sandbox. Okay, so we have two windows for production and two windows for sandbox. Okay, so now I'm going to my production, and here I'll, in the setup, I'll search for deployment setting, this one. Okay, so after coming to this deployment setting, okay, you just need to click on continue. So here you can see there is a breakage, okay, between these two. The connection is not established. Okay, so there is a break between these two. So now I'm going to uh, I'm going to add this, means share whatever in with Bina IT solution to Bina IT Dev. Okay, so I'm going to share this. That means I'm going to establish a connection between these two, establish a link between these two. Okay, so then we have to go to edit. Here you can see edit. Just click on edit, and we just need to select this allow inbound changes. Okay, and save this. Okay, now we'll click here back to deployment setting. So here you can see the connection has been established. The connection with Bina IT to the Bina IT Dev has been established. Okay, so this is what we have to do in our production. Okay, now we'll talk about sandbox. So in the sandbox, we just need to go to setup. So we are on the setup page. Okay, and here, so we did here inbound. Okay, let us look at this one more time. So you have clicked on allow inbound changes. Okay, in the production. Now when we come to the sandbox, so you can see sandbox. So we'll go to deployment setting. Okay, and then we'll click on continue the same process, and we'll do edit. So here, here we don't need to deploy this. We need to go to outbound chain sets. Okay, so search for go to setting and search for outbound chain sets. Click on continue, and so here there is an option to uh, create a new chain set. Okay, so I'm going to create a new chain set. So just click on new, and we'll name this like test. So test dev to production version 1 or volume 1. So you can put some description about this. Okay, like so similarly you can put some text like I have put this change set will move the components and changes made in the sandbox to production. So now I'm going to save this. So here you have the option. Okay, change set detail, change set component. To add the component. Okay, so the first one which we have configured, and now I'm going to add the change set components. So here you'll have to search for the changes you have made. Like I have created custom object. So here you can see candidate. So just click on that and add to change set. So now click one more time to add, and email template, right? Click on email template. Do we have a next page? Let me see whether the email template has been configured or not. Yes. Okay, so let me configure this one. So here you can see sandbox test template. Okay, so just add it to change it. So we have added a custom email template and a custom object. Okay, so if you have profiles, you can add profiles also. Okay, the process is just same. So if you don't have uh, profiles, then we can leave this. Okay, so now we have added two components. Okay, now we'll see. uh, we add dependencies. Yes, yes, we have an option to upload this. Okay, so we'll upload this. So here there is a message: once you upload this change set, you won't be able to edit or recall it. Okay, so yes, we don't need to recall it, just upload this. Your upload is currently in progress. We'll send you an email when it's completed. So here you can see your change set was uploaded successfully. So these are the two change set components. So now we'll see whether in our production we have received this change set or not. Okay, so now we'll go to production. So here we are on the production, and in setup we'll search for inbound change set. Okay, so in the inbound change set, here we have three options: validate, deploy, delete. Okay, so we have the three options. So in these three options, I'll first use the first option. I'll validate it. Okay, so you have to validate the first one, which is default. So it says deployment is started. So if you want to see the deployment status, just click here. Just see the details. So deploy components, two components, and out of two. So back to deployment status. So in the inbound change set, let us see. So we have validated it. Now we'll deploy this. Okay, so we have deployed it. So now it's time to test whatever changes we have made is reflecting or not. So we'll go to object manager, and here I'll search for candidate. So here you can see we have candidate object, and we'll search for email in email templates. So here sandbox test template. So this is the template which we have created. The same thing. Okay, so similarly, whatever changes you'll make. Okay, so by stabilizing a connection between these two, between your sandbox, and you don't need to establish the connection uh, more than one time. Okay, so for the first time you just need to establish the connection, but you need to add the components whichever you want to share. Okay, whichever you want to transfer to your production, you just need to add the components. Okay, so yes, just let me know if you have a question, if you have any issue, or if you want to uh, make me understand any make me to understand you any process, any further steps. So yes, now it's your call. So just let me know if you have a question. So let me tell you one thing. Okay, so in the production you have to allow inbound changes. Okay, in the production you have to allow inbound changes. Okay, that means you have to allow for the intake, and in the sandbox you have to go to outbound chain set. Okay, so inbound chain set for production and outbound chain set for sandbox. Okay, so after allowing the outbound chain set, you just need to add the objects which, or the changes which you have made. Okay, then you just need to upload that. Okay, so thereafter you'll have to go to production and then go to uh, inbound changes. Okay, or you can say inbound chain set. Let me see what is there, inbound chain set or inbound changes. So here inbound chain set. So in the production you'll have to go to inbound chain set, just click on continue. Okay, and you have the option to validate it, deploy it. So first validate it and then deploy it, and then it's done. Okay, so this is the whole process. So just try this, and in case if you have a question just let me know. So that is it in sandboxes. So now if you have a question just let me know. Okay, so let me take it as no questions.
No, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you for your confirmation. Uh, I was thinking whether I was audible to you or not. Okay, but you make it, you confirmed it. So now uh, this is done. Now we'll see about the business process in the upcoming classes. So that is the last chapter of our session. Okay, so I think it will take 3 to 4 days. So that will be the end of our session, and I think we should complete this in this week only. Okay, so the business process is left. Now if you have any question from the previous sessions, you can just raise your question, or in fact you have the option to raise your question through WhatsApp also. Okay, and one more thing, just let me know whether you are completing that trail mix or not.
No, sir, it is pending, sir.
It's pending. So up to how much percentage you have covered?
It's 30, sir.
Only 30.
Yeah, sir. One leg, one trial mix is completed, sir. The second one is pending 40%.
No, I'm talking about the second one, which was about 57 hours uh, approximately.
It's will completely soon, sir.
So uh, I just I just urge you to
Yes, sir.
complete that. Okay, thereafter only the second session will be started. You just need to complete that with 100%, and that is required. You know.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, so that's all for today. If you have a question, just you can ask your question through WhatsApp also. And if no questions, then we'll meet tomorrow. Okay. Okay, so let me take it as no questions. Okay, so thank you all for joining.
Thank you, sir.